Alright folks, hello and welcome to another Modern stream. We're continuing doing some testing for this weekend's showcases. Hopefully we get to finish this league today. We're running a little bit low on time because I gotta go teach a lesson at 5:30. Currently it's 3:30 here in California. I made some changes to the list, going back to a little bit more, it's a little bit more similar to what I played in the previous showcase. I was not getting as good results as I wish I had with the more streamlined version of the deck with like more explores and more stuff like that. So I'm kind of like, just to try out more than anything else, just pivoting a little bit and playing a slightly more toolboxy version. Basically what that means is I moved the Round Excavator and the second apparition to the main deck. This opens up some slots in the sideboard, which I'm choosing to go with one Tig, even though I have not been impressed by this card. Couple of Boils, Linvala, Aven Mind Sensor, Eidolon, Dismember, Knight of Autumn, and the classic Purges and Relics. So we're gonna see how this works out. Actually, this hand is kind of interesting. On the play, okay. So this is a turn 3 Titan into turn 4, turn 3 Dryad into turn 4 Titan. Fetching Foothills on turn 1. Oh, I did one more change actually. I cut the Scattered Groves and I added another fetch land instead. So let's do this. So now we're gonna have Titan mana on turn 4. So we're gonna get to Dryad on this turn. Then we're gonna play Blast Zone, play Dryad. Play Field, sorry, after we Dryad. And then if we get to an... Oh. Wait, to say that I wasn't playing around Cleansing Wildfire would be an understatement. Is there anything I'm calling for here? Because I have the Raminab in hand already. I'm just going to play my field and say go. I guess I could be punished if my opponent plays their own Dryad or something like that. Yeah, because now my opponent's they're ahead on Dryads, basically. Reclaimer. Steven. Okay. So, I mean, they're gonna have to kill this Dryad, otherwise we're just gonna win. Because even if they have Castle Titan, Dryad plus Titan beats early Titan anyway, so. Turn Timber without card completely. I never really played Turn Timber in my toolboxy lists. So yeah, I decided to just cut it. We just have to dodge Dryad. If we dodge Dryad, we should be in fine shape. Gonna get pathed here. Getting pathed might be okay. Maybe upkeep pathed. If they upkeep path me, which seems like it's what's gonna happen here, it is. Okay, so when I call for another Dryad, because my opponent obviously don't have theirs. If my opponent had had their Dryad, we would just be dead right now. So we're just gonna call for another Dryad here because I get to use my colored mana, right? Otherwise I would need to fetch, and I don't want to fetch just yet. So let's get a Plains. Hey Mamwa, how's it going? And now we play Blast Zone. We play Dryad. Now we play a fetch land. And now they need to kill this Dryad basically, and they have one turn to do so. Reclaimer's cool and everything, but if they don't have their Dryad, it doesn't matter. And they can't have call because they could have called here if they had wanted to, but they didn't, so. So if we end up with this Dryad, we're gonna win. And if we don't end up with this Dryad, we get to slam it Titan. Why have I drifted away from Boil this side? You mean these spoils that I'm playing right here? I have not. if I wanted to answer, if I am answering your question, I have not. I think that Boil is still very important for the tough matchups. Okay, then new question. You could ask, why have people drifted away from Boil? That would probably be a better question. Okay. So my opponent seems to not have the path, and we have the Dryad, so I guess we're gonna call. Do I prefer Boil or Relic? I am using both. I have 3 Relics, 2 Boils. Oh. Oh, opponent. Oh, things are not gonna work out the way you want them to. That was a very early Ghost Quarter. So now we win. Because Sodic. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty reasonable reason. Okay, we're actually pretty well equipped for the mirror match. My opponent's playing a strange version of the deck though. They're splashing red for Wildfire, which I have tried and I have discarded because I thought it was pretty bad, as you just saw, right? I mean, I guess it's definitely not good in the mirror, but maybe it's good in other matchups. Like, that would probably be a good way of making the Tron matchup a little bit better. For example, we were talking about the Tron matchup earlier. That would be a pretty good way of helping the Tron matchup immensely, just by playing Wildfires in the main deck. I have to go on my way to pick up 3rd Reclaimer and my 2nd field of that. Slowly but surely completed. Hell yes, Ron. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good one. Que te vaya bien, loco. Got Blood Moon out of Jeskai. Nice. You're just living out there, living your best life, aren't you, House? I guess I do want the Flora Hedrons because they are one of the ways that I can actually keep up with my opponent. Gonna cut the Druid, and I guess I'm gonna. Well, my opponent's splashing red. Yeah, okay, so I guess my opponent is definitely playing Dryad. They're definitely playing Boil, I mean. This hand's kind of interesting. Path plus Apparition. Okay. Really hate MTGO leagues. Wasn't there a prelim earlier today? Is 3 Relic plus Vegeta enough to deal with oops? With oops? Yeah. Yeah, it's enough to deal with oops. Even the Relic is not very necessary against oops specifically. Playing Temple Garden tapped because I'm eventually going to, and we don't need to play around Mind Sensor because we have access to this path to exile here. So I'm gonna do it now. Definitely. Oof. Okay. Does this? It does change things. Okay, so we're gonna have to path Dryad here, and we're gonna have to untap an apparition. The problem with bringing in Boil, right? Like I'm very incentivized to dealing with that Dryad, because otherwise my opponent can just like go land Titan, and I straight up lose the game. But at the same time, I am trying to like boil them, right? So that's why I hate bringing Boil in this kind of matchup. It's just it's so high variance, in the worst possible way. Okay. Another Dryad. Can we please draw a Boil? Can we please draw a Boil here, chat? Can we please draw a Boil? Let's just draw a Boil, please, a Boil. Sad face. Very sad face. So they clearly don't have their own Boil, at least. So I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go for Dryad here. I'm gonna cast Florahedron just because. Your emotions in Boil are like a roller coaster. Yeah, exactly. The highest and the lowest lows, which is my problem with the card. Exactly. Do they have the Titan? Looks like they have the Titan. Which means that we're dead. Not the most exciting matchups, as you can see. Oh. So you're saying there's a chance? So you are saying that there's a chance. So we will need to draw Boil into. Oh wait, they just missed lethal. Yep, they just missed lethal. Okay, so I guess there's no chance because we can't deal with the Titan and the Dryad at the same time. So they were just like slow rolling me being dead. Okay. All right, on the play. We definitely want to be a lot more proactive, and we want to do our thing before our opponent gets to do theirs. Okay. His hand does stuff. Dismember probably will be quite powerful here. Okay. We're doing stuff. Good Dismember. Good dismember. Good dismember. So we can't get boiled this turn. So I'm gonna play this tapped because there's nothing that I'm gonna want to path to exile. Probably call for apparition. Then we untap and slam the Titan. Oh, they call for Spring Bloom. Which means that any land kills them. First, Bogger. Second, I just got my full Reclaimer Scene today. Is the card still good? Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I had mention of one of these members in your sideboard in the podcast. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I think this member is very good in this deck. Particularly because people just don't play around it. So any land whatsoever wins the game here. That castle was a sick draw, honestly. Any land wins the game? Yeah, that one wins the game. Turn 4 kill. You love to see it. You do love to see it. Always yes, always yield. Always face. Great showing for this member, right? Imagine if I have to path my opponent. Imagine if I have to path my opponent on turn 1 to get rid of that Reclaimer. Or even worse, imagine if my opponent's Reclaimer survives and they get to ramp and get ahead of me on mana. I'm playing Amulet or Reclaimer, I'm playing Reclaimer. Reclaimer in all formats, baby. Reclaimer in all formats. All of the formats, all of the 1 mana 3/4s. Brunister. I like that Motor Reclaimer in our formats. Yeah, keeping this hand, by the way. That's how I named my original green-white Reclaimer list in Legacy. Was named that. Oops. I guess it could be Amulet. That's a good draw. This is a list I'm liking. Well, this is my first time playing this list right here. This exact 75, that is. This is my first league playing this exact 75, so I couldn't tell you. I guess this... I was gonna say this could be Belcher. And if this is Belcher, I am a lot less happy. Yeah. So we're gonna do this just so I can double call here. Yeah, so we're gonna double call here for Apparition and Dryad, I think. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Yeah, unlike Oops, which we would have basically, we 100% of the time win that match. We win this game 100% of the time if we are playing against Oops. Unlike Oops, this matchup is quite bad for us. Because they can do what just happened, so we don't really have ways of interacting with what just happened, so. Could have arguably kept that hand. I think I'm gonna bottom the Titan. And depending on how this goes. So I think I'm just gonna call for. Just gonna call for Teague here so we don't just lose. Fetch for a forest, play this thing, play this other thing. In before we get pyroclasmed, I'm gonna be very sad if that happens, but I think that I'd rather play against my opponent's main game plan instead of playing against their sideboard, their potential sideboard plan. I am ready to scoop to a pyroclasm though. It's a good sign. Land? Sick. All right, so now we get to develop the engine, which is exactly what we want to do. If they play a Blood Moon, we can find an answer. If they don't play a Blood Moon, just love how quickly Double Reclaimer starts doing its thing. Once you get the second Reclaimer in play, so now we're gonna get to call plus double activate, which is nice. So suck here, boom. Get Flagstones, suck here, boom. Temple Garden, and we just get Valakut here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we just get Valakut here, and this is lethal. Target you. 1, 2, suck this. Valakut, target you, and you. Okay. All right, I have to assume that Teague did something very good there. Like, I don't know, but I'm assuming that Teague did some really good stuff there. All right, let's try this again. Hopefully T can take me home again. Because these draws are not taking me home, I'll tell you that much. These draws are not doing it, so let's hope that T gets to do some heavy lifting here. Blood Moon, Anger of the Gods. Okay, we're fucked. Yeah. Yeah, we're just dead now. Desperate Ritual. We're just fucked. That really sucks, man. That really sucks. Anyway. That matchup's bad. That matchup's really bad. We had the sideboard cards. I guess that when I drew that card in there, what I should have done is I should have just drawn an Eidolon. Or should it look like a drummer? Idea for a logo, maybe. How many copies of Sony Silence are we running? The correct copy of Sony Silence are being played right now. Molding up that hand. Guess we reluctantly keep this hand. Bottoming. Path to Exile. This is a guess, right? I think that it's correct for me to bottom the path, but. Oh, sick. No collector roof in the sideboard? No. It just doesn't do enough in the current modern format. If Belcher were a significant portion of the metagame, I would play that, but I have played Collector Roof in the past, even. Okay. Actually, am I just playing Florahedron here? Am I just playing Florahedron here? We play Florahedron. My opponent's playing Bant, so they can't really path it. I actually think that we have to play Florahedron here. I guess it's bad if my opponent... Like, if they have the Fairy... If they have the Fairy and they bounced my Florahedron, they actually set me back. So I guess I'm just gonna pass. That is the argument for doing that. Because they effectively time walk me and I have no value whatsoever. And if they path this Reclaimer, we're still fine, right? Like, that means that I get to Dryad plus play both of my tap lands next turn. Though I have to assume that they have Remand or some shit like that. Silence stops all of the big decks. It stops Belcher, it stops Lantern Control, it stops Ursa Astrolabe, it stops Affinity. You're right, Stabs. Maybe I should reconsider my sideboarding. I know the weekend played a Tron and Stoneblade and it shined, but Tron is dead online, but people love it in paper. We actually lost to Tron in the previous league, so whoever loves Tron on paper also loves it online. And Tron players are very stubborn. Gonna give my opponent the lag check. See what they do. We're not lagging, so I guess they just left or something. All the reprints lately made a few people buy in. That makes sense. That makes sense. Ultimate Masters was kind of like the Tron set. Just like Iconic Masters was the Amulet set, with both with the pacts being reprinted. Where was Asusa? Asusa also got reprinted not so long ago. Whoever loves Tron is an alcoholic, at least all the ones you know. I don't know that, but they're not some. They're just so bad magic that they can't play any other decks. I mean, Seth Manfield was killing it with Tron at one point. Also, Max Mick, friend of mine, who also streams sometimes, but he mostly streams limited. Won a couple of GPs, being like 20 or something, or 19, no big deal. But he also top 8 a GP with Tron, GPLA. So that was M25 and then M21. Oh, that's true. It was also reprinted on M25. I had forgotten about that one. I say that as a former E-Tron player. The E-Tron player life is a tough one. My opponent said, "I'm sorry, my son pooped all over himself." Tough. Oh man. Apparition. So we're just gonna get castle here. Name Giant. Play Dryad. So they're probably playing the Spike deck, if I were to guess. The father of a toddler, at least the clock on MTG allows this. Kids poops in arena. Yeah, exactly. It's more poop friendly, right? It's definitely a lot more poop friendly. Okay, so in response to this, I am going to call because there goes my white source otherwise. So. Guess we just get another Dryad here. And tap land? Easy. And now we of course kill the apparition because we don't want them to be blinking. Definitely got punished for not playing the Valakut last turn. Like I missed out on a little bit of value there, but it's fine. Okay, we got there. So this seems like the Aspirant Spike deck. Eidolon sounds good. Dismember sounds good. And I guess Boil? I guess I do play Mystic Sanctuary. At least Spike was playing in one of his latest lists. I don't think we want Relic, but we definitely want Bojuki Bog to stop like Eternal Witness nonsense. We probably can cut the Radiant Fountain. Can't rhyme it up. They can't really destroy our lands, but Remnant is actually like a value engine that we can get access to. I think that with the current situation, like with the current setup that I have here, I value Eidolon and I value my removal higher than Remnant, so I'm gonna cut it. But like I don't mind the Remnant. Let's put it like that. I don't think Remnant is bad, basically. So I'm gonna cut a Florahedron over the Explorer. Oh yeah, let's do it. Okay, this is better. Which are the best decks in Modern? Omnath. Period. Omnath is tier 0. Obosh is probably second or third in there. Second Titan, not the best draw I could have hoped for, but Lance? No Lance. So I'm gonna name Spirit. Could also name Dryad. I think I'm just gonna go name Elf. Okay, this hand is not working out in case you didn't notice. We just need to draw lands, but Banavro Nomnev. Everything is possible, my friend. There's a difference between it being possible and it being probable and it being what actually happens. Like, for example, I didn't think that the Ashley ban was very likely, but yet here we are. Now I sure as hell would wish that the card got banned because I hate it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna GQ Flagstones. Basic Forest. And now I'm gonna instill the fear. Instill the fear! What do I think of Wingweb Heliod? I think it's a great deck, and it's probably underrepresented because of how bad it is to play on MTGO. Infinite Life is a lot easier. I mean, it's a lot more doable. I'll say that much. It is certainly a lot more doable. Another remand? Probably. Aether Gust. Bottom. Hoping for a land here. Not that one. Take 3. Funny that the Reclaimer is already a 3/4, which is kind of cool. Also, they can't attack with E-Wit anymore. An opponent did the same thing to me when I play Heliod. They have it in the mocks, and it was the only thing I have gotten tilted in chat. An opponent breaking their words most for everything. Yeah, it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. Like it just sucks. Yeah, there's no real way around it. But there's not too much that can be done about it, unfortunately. Which is honestly the worst. Thing. Boyle not looking so hot. I disagree. Like, I've been representing Boyle for the entirety of this game, and my opponent has been basically minus multiple men. They just can't develop their gameplay. Like, they cannot play an Aura because of the fear of just getting boiled out of nowhere. They can't play Uro. They just cannot play a Jace. They just cannot develop their game plan. Like, it's turn 9, and my opponent only played 1 Ice Fang Quaddle and 1 Eternal Witness. That's it. Now they do this. I'm going to boil them on my end step. On their end step, sorry. And then I'm going to tap and I'm going to slam a Titan. Because they're probably going to have to counter this boil. They're playing around it to an extent, though. Like, we get to destroy 4 lands, which is not nothing. Especially with how mana hungry that deck is. So I definitely disagree that Boyle is not looking good here. On the contrary, I think it's looking very good. I mean, they have the perfects, right? Which is like cryptic counter draw into Gust. 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so we can't do both. If they have Ephemerate, we are kind of fucked. But I'm gonna force them to use the Gust here. So we can... Oh, okay. Path my Dryad. Five, 1, 2, 3. So we're short of mana still. I have a Gust in hand, so hopefully I don't find a fetch land. Which looks like they didn't. Because that Uro would be a problem. Okay, so their hand is... Oh, Jace. Their hand is Gust plus some unknown cards. Yeah, Aether Gust is pretty good. But like our hand was super, super awkward and we still got a pretty good amount of value from this boil. Definitely taking this trade. They get Udo back, but now their Cryptic's gone. Okay, they have used their Sanctuary though. Maybe they play in a second one. I doubt it, but it's jamming time. Okay, they don't have a second Sanctuary, they just have the one, which is obviously great for us. And they also don't have a Cryptic in hand, unless they drew it off of this or they draw it off the Udo. Because if they did have Cryptic, they would have definitely countered my Titan instead of Gusting. Because right now I'm not getting value from the Cavern, so... I'm hella blocking here. I think I'm quad blocking. Just in case. Play around one removal spell. They do get a 3/3, but we also get a draw step, right? So 3 unknown cards, because the Gust was already used. Of course. Immediately after we throw a bunch of dudes in front of my opponent's thing. Gust. I think this one I'm actually topping. I guess I don't want F6, because if they want to eliminate, if they want to Ephemerate, we can fizzle it. KGB. Knows too much. KGB knows too much. Oof, that's brutal. Yeah, okay, I guess we just have to let this go, because otherwise the Ephemerate fizzles. And when the Ephemerate fizzles, it just goes to the graveyard, so my opponent can get back their Udo. So I'd rather my opponent blink an Ice Fang than being able to get back their Udo this turn. So that's one less turn of Udo for them. 2, 3, 4. We've been here before. What do you got now? Remand is brutal. Remand is fucking nasty. We're just gonna die to these Ice Fang beatdowns. Because we cut the Radiant Fountain. Like, this game just ended up playing in the weirdest way. Okay, they have no... They just failed to find their... Okay, so they're gonna get Bakuro with the trigger on the stack. I'm just gonna path it. Still not looking good. Force of negation. Okay. So now we lose to Cryptic Command? Because they just stop my team and swing. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if they have Cryptic, we're in a lot of trouble. I mean, they brainstormed, which probably means that they don't have it. Okay, let's go. Dryad, and opponent has no interaction. One, two, three, four. Feels like we've been here before. All right, finally resolved. Blast Zone Field? Blast Zone Sanctuary is interesting because it allows me to play the Blast Zone and then charge it up. I think we're going to be doing that actually. We can't deal with Hase, but this means that we can deal with either Udo or the Ice Fangs. I mean, at this point, bouncing Cavern just doesn't make sense because my opponent clearly doesn't have it. So, since they don't have it, like, what am I really bouncing Cavern for, you know? So they just used Misty to shuffle. Classy move. I think that they're just digging for a Cryptic so they can serve for lethal. Which does make a lot of sense. But we can't beat Cryptic regardless, so... We'll see how many new limbs those people grow. Get vaccinated. Oh man. Too real. Too real. My opponent's slow pace of play suggests that they don't have it, I would assume. Otherwise they would just like Cryptic, tap draw and move on. Gonna triple block with Sombos. Ephemerate Ice Fang. Okay. Block Udo, block Udo, block Udo. He could also suggest another diaper incident. That is true. That is true. Actually, I think I'm supposed to kill these Ice Fangs here. Is that crazy? Well, now that they have 3, I'm definitely gonna kill these Ice Fangs. Another Uro. That's so many Uros. Oh man, I hate when that happens. I always freak out. Am I choosing the correct Uro? Am I choosing the wrong one? And then my dude just gets sacrificed. That would suck. Okay, so we actually have to kill these Ice Fangs, which is funny. More prime times, okay. Alright, so I guess I want to copy this blast zone here. So no, I guess I want to copy the Bajuka block, yeah. So we sacrifice blast zone. My dude gets passed. We get Bolanes. Now, oh, we're in combat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Primeval Titan. Yes. Valakut. Field of the Dead. And Boyu. God damn it, can't we turn the corner here? So this Ephemerate is gonna stay in exile because obviously my opponent doesn't want to exile their dude. You think Uro and Primetime look at each other across the field and shed a tear, remembering when they were friends. Heartbreaking story. Heartbreaking story. Honestly, it's kind of mind-blowing how deep my opponent has dug without finding the cryptic command. That is the real heartbreaking story, honestly. Look at how much my opponent is digging. It's insane. They only have 12 cards left in their deck. They swing. Okay. Gonna be throwing a bunch of dudes in front of that one. All of the dudes are gonna go in front of that one. That dude, and that dude, and this other dude, and that other dude, and this other dude. All of the dudes are getting in there. This is the matchup where we go scored ourselves like 7 million turns ago. Same matchup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, four. Yeah, we send everything at Jace. Because they still don't have lethal here, right? Oh, sweet. Don't do it. Don't remand me. No. Just let me go, opponent. Just let me go. Okay. This is the silliest fucking race ever. This unfortunately I think I have to block because I don't want my opponent to be able to shorten the clock, right? Like the 2 zombies are worth more to me right now than the Titan being on top of my deck. Here comes back Uro. I mean, honestly, at this point, I just don't know why my opponent continues to play. They're very likely going to win this game, but they're not going to win this match. Very likely to win this game, but not likely to win this match. They finally found the cryptic. Oh my god. That's awesome. Just told them finally found the cryptic. God damn, the bottom 8 cards of their deck. Boom. Dead. That was game 2, so my opponent has 3 minutes to win game 3. I am kind of interested in relics with my opponent being so low on time. This I don't think the relic is okay against them, but I don't think it's worth bringing in this matchup. But I think that my opponent is low enough on time that the fastest way for them to win is through Uro, right? So, like for example, a hand like this, if I go turn 1 relic, I think my opponent is going to struggle a lot to win in time. Play Teak so they can't cryptic, so they can use any of their other million answers. Temple Garden. I think we're gonna get gusted here. If we get gusted, we're putting this reclaimer on top, I think. Remand? Well, that's great. We just replay the reclaimer. Awfully nice. So I'm just gonna upkeep, boil them. So this is gonna tap them out for the turn. Sign me up for double destroy your land. Boom. Double Stone Rain, baby. Play this tapped. Say go. Let's go, chat. This is pod racing. We're pod racing here. What is this? The Fairy Apparition. You got it. Oh, yeah. That's better. I was gonna play this one and then I was gonna do this thing, but then I drew the other thing, and I think the other thing is just better, huh? Don't you love it when you were gonna do the thing and then you ended up doing the other thing instead? It's a double Field of the Dead. No, Dryad wasn't lethal. Dryad only deals 12. Unless I'm missing something. Which I very well could be. I could be missing something for sure. Maybe I messed it up. Never discard the fact that I could have messed it up. Alright, so we're in Cryptic Tap and Draw scenario. Okay, we got there. I think that is a fine matchup overall. I remember that's the matchup that Spike lost to in one of the finals that he lost in the finals. So I had the fetched and cracked. I have 2 lands in play. We play... Yeah, if the fetch was in play, it's not lethal. No, my hand, I had 3 cards in hand. I had Valakut, Titan. Oh no, the fetch was in my hand. Yeah, I guess I did miss lethal. That was 18 damage. That would have been 18 damage. Okay, that was a really long match, and we really have to play this one quickly. These are not good hands though. This is bottom that, bottom that. That's bottom path. This could be the blue-white taxes deck, so I'm going to play around Arbiter. So I'm going to reclaim here on 1 off of the fetch instead of the basic forest. Kind of want to play some MTGO this weekend since I'm locked up alone, but I don't want to drop a grand on tickets to build a deck. Do you have any suggestions? Oh, yes. I have actually great suggestions for you. Like you can, for example, use Mana Traders, which allows you to rent cards, so you don't have to buy them, which is a pretty good deal. And then not only that, but you can also get a 50% discount when you use my code, which, oh my god, Gifts Tron? Fuck yeah! I haven't seen this deck in so long. That is awesome. Blue-white Gifts Tron. Let's go. I don't know what year it is, but it is year awesome. I'll tell you that much. It is year awesome. I'm playing this because it plays around Condescend. I could have played Raminap there, but then if we get Condescended, it sucks, so... Of course, my opponent has the mandatory mismatching lands, because there's no other way. Oh, we get to clear that guy, actually, which is not bad. I think Opinji is lucky because COVID made them bored. Just register a deck from 10 years ago. It is an oldie. It is an oldie for sure. What are we doing here? I think I want to get Ghost Squatter. Let's not get randomly Tron out of this game. So we're going to attack the Fairy. We're going to path one of our Condemn. Condemn, more like condemn. See what I did there? Condemn instead of condemn. Definitely hoping for no remand here. Remand would suck. Condescend, we can live with. But I'm really scared of just getting destroyed by what's his name, right? The 6-mana artifact. I am on fire today. I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. I'm not gonna say no to that. What do you got, opponent? 5 mana. Batter Skull. Okay. So we pivot, I guess. Pivot. How many basics can they play is the question. How many basics can they realistically play? Two, three, four, five, six. I think I'm passing here though. Got basics, all right. What is this? Six Batter Skull. Let's fucking go. Still have more basics, jeez. Whew. Because massive style points, like massive, yeah. They do. The style battle is being won by my opponent right now. I don't know if the actual battle is being won, but there's the style battle. I stand no chance. I stand no chance against what my opponent's cooking with over there. We're out of basics, unfortunately, but we can get a couple extra lands on the way out. A couple extra zombies on the way out, I mean. They still have more basics? I really want to know... Okay, so they're out of basics now. I was going to say I really want to know what their mana base looks like, because... Yeah, that's bad. we refuse to draw actual cards. Like, we actually refuse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can get back the Champion of Wits. We probably have to live with that. Suva. You have no more fetchables. I'm slightly surprised actually that my opponent did not attack with the Germ last turn, because it seems good for them to just equip the Germ to the Champion Wits and just go with that instead. So here comes the Champion back, which is kind of fine. Before second Norn, yeah, I'm not playing around second Elish Norn. They could have the other thingy though. They could have Iona. Would be kind of... Oh, they banned Iona. Something good, please. Fortunately, we can't yet attack. Yeah, this is what I was expecting to happen earlier, actually. For my opponent to just block, and they just put this Batterskull on the other dude, or this dude. Honestly, this dude, because they want to draw cards, so... Sure. Like, they actively want to trade this guy away. So I don't know why they are not... This doesn't have any more targets to go fetch, so I'm just gonna bin that. Let's get Blast Zone going. Do they just not have Path to Exile? Honestly, they might just not have Path. Looks like they do. Too bad that we just can't go squatter ourselves. Unfortunately, we can't go squatter ourselves, because that would have allowed me to kill this thing. Yeah, let's play the land, I guess. So we're gonna have to go squatter their Tron piece, I think. A power plant has been banned, and a mine has been banned, so I guess I'm gonna destroy the power plant. We have to do it, otherwise my board is just gonna have too much mana. So we have to do it right there, unfortunately. Which means they get an attack in with the Colonnade, which doesn't really matter. Or they're gonna get Academy Ruins going. which in this point doesn't really matter anyway. Iona's in the yard. Not sure whether this was actually a good attack for them. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they can bounce and replay the Batter Skull. Oblivion Stone is also an option. Gifts and Given. You're gonna get back Iona? One, 2, 3, 4. So we can take this up to 5. The blue Praetor one. Is that Jingitaxias? I think that might be Jingitaxias. Okay, so I guess we're gonna bin Snapcaster Mage. So they're gonna Wrath us here. Snapcaster and bin Wrath of God. Or we can give them 1 Wrath. Snapcaster. I guess they're effectively the same thing. But Snapcaster is worse if we get to Bog, if we naturally do the Bog. So I guess we're gonna give them... but Snapcaster can beat me down if my opponent wants to switch gears. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna bin the Snapcaster and we're gonna bin the Wrath of God. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remand, Condescend. Base 0? Yes, I like to base 0 for Condescend. We're definitely going to bog him. Because I can't beat Iona. They bottom topped. Okay. So we're definitely going to bog, and I guess Celestia Sanctuary. Even through all of this, it kind of feels like my opponent might still be able to get out of this one. It's Colonnade time, opponent? Is that what's up? Is it Colonnade o'clock, opponent? There's the verdict. This is kind of great, honestly. Dryad. Okay. Not the worst. Not the best either, but... one of the better bad draws that I could have had there. Just gonna bounce batters. Oh, another gifts? Ooh. Man, this card is just so sweet. Such a great design. Such a great design. So many deck building potential decisions. Gifts Titan when. Can you imagine gifting for like Amberial Rights? Oh my god. Is that enough mana for the power cast? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess I give them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then the Tron lands just add 3 more mana. So they're almost at Emberpool mana, which is very fucking scary. So I'm just gonna bean the Ursa's Mine and bean the Emberpool, I think. Champion of Wits doesn't represent extra cards, right? Like it's card disadvantage. It's card selection, but it's actual card disadvantage. Okay, there's the Champion of Wits. It's only card advantage when they get it back. Talisman, Path to Exile. Huh. They don't path me. Elspeth sounds champion. Wow. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What happens if we attack Elspeth here? Moto is starting to lag on me. Let's do Giant. And pass the turn. So they can't gifts this turn. They have their last card in hand is a gifts. It's a known gifts. Oh, I forgot to activate the Blast Sound, god damn it. Shit, I gave them like 3 tokens for no reason. We do have a bunch of draws that win the game. We have access to a lot of draws that just win the game here. So that's something to watch out for as well. Like Raminap would win the game. One mana short of getting back champion. Dryad, prime time. Tracker would be good. I guess you're right. Tracker would be good. 1, 2, 3. Sack Blast Zone. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Honestly, this game has been pretty insane. This game has been kind of amazing. Also should have gone a fetch so I could sack it to the Reclaimer. Small mistake there. Rip gift sub? What do you mean? Did somebody gift a sub? Did I miss a gifted sub? Also, my opponent's name cannot be understated. Creepypasta. It's pretty good. Oh, wow! Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. So if we beat Emrakul, I guess we just beat Emrakul and Ugin. And they have Crucible plus Power Plant now. So they make Tron happen on turn 14. What can they do with it now? No, you have to be kidding me that their one unknown draw. Their one unknown draw is a Gifts Ungiven. That is insane. Okay, so they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana this turn. Okay, so I guess that I allow myself... Can I get lucky here? How much damage is this? This is 6, that's 12, plus 3, plus 2 more. So that is going to be 9, 10, 11. That's going to be 11. That's 22. So I guess... Okay, so I allow myself one more draw. So I beam the Verdict and I beam the Ugin and I give my opponent the Emrakul. They can cast Emrakul next turn. They can cast Emrakul next turn. So I have to draw exactly Dryad. What a game, jeez. What a game. Suck this. Good castle. Dryad or Raminap? How about that one? How about that one? Is that one good enough? Is that one good enough? I guess that Dryad wouldn't have done it. Can you buy some ticks? Yep. Always selling ticks. Wow. What year is this? You have to equip the Batter Skull. You have to equip the Batter Skull to the Emrakul. Wow, they don't equip Batter Skull? The disrespect. Wow, psycho game. Absolutely psycho game. Boil doesn't do shit. Night of Autumn's okay. Relic seems actually legit against them. Like 2 paths, I guess. One for Iona and 1 for Elishnorn. Castle out, Springbloom out, and Florahedron out. Take Blast Zone up to 50, up to 15, exactly. Shouldn't have fetched that one time, would have won exactly at 1. Yeah. Except that I'm saying my opponent could have equipped the Batter Skull to the Emrakul, which they should have definitely done. Let's just do this. Do I want to exile Talisman? I think I actually do want to exile the Talisman. Wrath. Championowitz. Okay. They could uptake Blast Zone to 3 and they wipe my board, which is hilarious. Yeah, well, I think I'm just going to go super aggro. I'm just going to attack with everything. My opponent gets a 2-2 out of this deal if they block, but... It won't fit. Good catch. So I think I'm just gonna jam with everything. This plays into Wrath, but I think that it's important for us to set up lethal. Seven, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just stop like this. Like for 1 mana, it doesn't matter. Just gonna do double Valakut here. Just go face. They clearly don't have a path, so cool. All right, on to game 3. On to game 3. Just playing green-white tempo over there, you know? Just playing good old green-white tempo. Good old green-white tempo. Actually, I'm going to bottom the knight. I guess I'm going to bottom the plains. Untap, I guess untap land doesn't matter. Never mind, because we're going to call for Reclaimer. Wow, they always have the talisman. Opponent's a real professional out there. How is the matchup against Heliod combo? Bad. How much am I selling ticks for? I think it's 0.9. 0.9 tickets. Ooh, Miss land drop is huge. Miss land drop is freaking huge. I'm gonna get Reclaimer anyway, but I'm not gonna play it this turn. I'm going to destroy their land instead. But yeah, it's like 0.9, 0.91 or something like that. I'll just PM me stabs and I'll let you know. Green white Ponza. Let's go. I'll block. Path their own, dude. You got it. That's a path that doesn't get pointed at my Reclaimer. So it is exciting to me. It's kind of hot, actually. Yes! Yes! The Seachrome Coast! The Seachrome Coast as the 4th land. You gotta love blue-white Tron. You just gotta love it. You just gotta love it. Good old blue-white Tron. That is hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. So we're gonna get a basic forest here. Let's call. I think I'm gonna call for another Titan here. We're definitely bogging. And bog plus flagstones? Because flax, that makes Reclaimer a 3/4. No, actually, when it, so field goes on the stack last because we want to make sure that we have different named lands. Good thing I cut myself there. Could have been bad. So now field is going to these fields, even though for a second we didn't have the seven different named lands, because it checks on resolution. Because it checks again on resolution, it's that we actually did get the value, right? We did get the tokens. So they can Wrath here, but that's why I fetch for another Titan instead of fetching for something like a Dryad. Because like my opponent showed me that they have like 5 rats or something ridiculous. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, that's bad tapping because that means I can't call. So let's actually tap properly here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy. So we're gonna do Field of the Dead, and I guess we're gonna do Vesuva here on field. This means that this is just lethal by itself. Dale Shnarn is gone, so we're not worried about my opponent being able to swipe my board. I guess they could have another removal spell. Another sweeper, I mean. So I guess we don't want to play into Condescend here. So it's better for us to do it now. Primeval Titan. Play land. Get triggers. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can't play around Remand, so this is just playing around Condescend the best. And here we get Sanctuary Valakut. This means that Dryad is a very good top deck. Sounds good, Steps. After we finish this match, I think I'm just gonna have to finish the stream right here. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to go any longer because, oh my god, they just, god damn it. If we have to, we can path our own dude in order to make 2 extra zombies, which is kind of cute. But that is not lethal, so it's probably not worth it. That draw is bad. Where's Dominic Book Scorer? I have no idea. I'm saving this path to exile because my opponent showed me the Tension Sphere on game 2, so we probably have to play around that. So they're gifting for sure. Because otherwise they would have blocked with that colonnade, so they have to gift here and end step, and they do. This is game 3, Muldrotha. It's going long though. We are ahead on clock. Definitely worth noting. So we're going to bin Ursa's Mine and Engineered Explosives. We can also just bin both of this. Which I think it's the correct line. So they have they're gonna have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They have 12 mana. So I would lose to Ugin. Ugin and Mindslaver. Ugin and Mindslaver. So if I can't give them the explosives, obviously. So this one is going to go to the bin. And then the other thing that we're putting in the bin is, I think it's the mine. Or the cruise. Yeah, I think it's the mine, because it's the one that requires them the most mana, basically. The thing about that gifts is that they are gonna get everything given enough time, so I have to do the stuff that forces them to use the most mana. So this forces them to spend 3 mana to Crucible. So now they have Tron. Don't tell me they have another sweeper, Snapcaster Mage. God damn it. And we drew this instead of a fetch land, so we're kind of fucked. We're still winning if we find Dryad, obviously. Dryad just straight up wins. Makes me very sad. Makes me very, very sad. So one of their cards in hand is Academy Ruins. There it is. So they have 2 unknown cards. Mindslaver. Champion of Wits, Eternalized. They fucked up. They could have drawn the explosives and have enough mana to cast it and crack. Oh my god, we have a shot. We actually have a shot here. This is the last turn, by the way. Like past this turn, I don't think we're gonna be able to win. Oh, I should have done that. God damn it. It's a good top deck though. Come on. We have to get back Bog here. So they're condescending to 2, 3, 4. I tapped wrong because I want to bounce the Bojuki Bog. Playing quickly and I'm just being an idiot. Left the card on top. I'm really scared now. Cool. Squatter, fetch land. Put counters up to 3. Bounce. Get back Bog. Ah! Moto is starting to get a little bit laggy too, which was bound to happen at some point, I guess. Gifts. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. So they don't have Emrakul mana and they don't have enough to have Emrakul mana. So we basically have to bin everything that they can cast with 12 mana. No, with 10 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 mana. Definitely should have destroyed this last turn. Well, this gets binned and this gets binned. So you have an Emrakul and you have a Gifts and Given. If I lose, chat like Pepperidge Farm will remember. Honestly, I'm not even sad if I lose this game. Like, this has been kind of sick. I think that we might have gotten there, chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because they only have 6 mana now. So I think we got there. This is just a desperation gift. Yes! Yes! We beat Blue-White Tron from I have no idea how many years ago. Let's go. Let's go. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to play the last match because I have to go. And I said this at the beginning of the league, which is unfortunate because I have to teach a lesson in 2 minutes. But I really, really thank you for checking it out. That was a nice little set of matches, actually. I enjoyed that a lot. We get to put that 3-1 here, 3-1 guaranteed. Let's go. Finishing the stream in the best possible way. But thank you so much for checking out the stream, everyone. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. All right, psych. We got there. You thought I was not going to give you the last match? Here we are. All right. I feel like we played against Burnister during the league. But yeah, I just finished teaching my lesson, and now we're playing the last game. I think I'm just gonna play it safe here because they could have a turn 2 kill. Core Duelist is what enables the turn 2 kill. Alright, sweet. So I guess we're just gonna play our Reclaimer. They seem to have a 1 lander. Yeah, let's play like Reclaimer while holding a path. Next turn we can activate Reclaimer while holding a path. Cigar the Sade is good to go, my friend. And I will block you. Opponent confirmed coward. So we just win next turn. That's cool. That is cool. So we're gonna next turn we're gonna play Dryad and activate, of course. And can we die here? We might be able to die. I guess that I'm just gonna block one of them. I'm gonna see what my opponent does. Colossus Hammer. They target the other one, which makes sense. So now we path that one so we don't die. If they have another hammer, we are in trouble. Shadow Spear. Okay, this is fine though. Because we get our Temple Garden here. Then castle. So we can cast Titan or we can Dryad and kill this Core Duelist. So if we find Valakut here, we can Dryad. I guess we would die to my opponent naturally having another Colossus Hammer, which they don't because I would be dead already. But yeah, this is the only way that they get trampled. So I think that it's correct for us to go for the Valakut here. Because I could cast Titan, but I think that killing the Core Duelist is more important than going for Titan. No, okay, yes, I think I figured it out. So I think the correct line here is to get Ghost Quarter so that we can get Dryad, we can kill this thing, and we can hold up Ghost Quarter so we don't die to the Ink Moth. Yeah, that's definitely the line. That is 100% the line. Okay. I think that we should be 100% to win here. I think we should be 100% to win here. Always yes, always yield. We have the Ink Moth covered, and if they don't attack with Ink Moth, we have a Lamber's Call. And then we just tighten and we just kill them. This deck is so silly. The hammer deck, by the way, is what I'm talking about, but they have fetch lands though. What does having fetch land mean? Because my opponent doesn't think that I'm gonna go for lethal here. So Valagut Vesuva. Copy my Valagut. 18, yep. Yes, yes, yes. So what I was gonna do is I was gonna attack for the last point of damage that's missing. And if my opponent has a path to exile for this, we just go squatter ourselves in response and we kill them. All right, we got there. Game 1. Dismember sounds very good. Knight of Autumn, meh. Not sure I love this sideboard too much. In this matchup, that is, obviously. Eidolon is interesting. I don't think it's going to come down early enough to matter. Okay, let's just submit this. Mono removal. Don't mind if I do. Green source. Playing the Flagstones there instead of the Radiant Fountain because seems very important for me to. I'm gonna be dismember this thing regardless, so let's do it right now. But if I find the green source here, I can still hold up a Reclaimer. Green source? Never lucky. Never. Never, not a single time have gotten lucky. Steel Shaper's Gifts resolves. Have my trusty Mate here joining me. Colossus Hammer. I am taking 1. Green source. I mean, it technically is a green source. I think I'm gonna go for it here. This allows me to get this apparition in play. Is there anything that they can have? Apostle's Blessing? There's no way they're playing Apostle's Blessing, right? That's just not really a card. Core Outfitter. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that this is looking pretty good for us. I think what I'm gonna do is gonna name Elf here, and I'm going to play the Reclaimer off of the Cavern. This allows me to hold up double path, or if my opponent just attacks, I'll block and trade, and then we have double path to exile. I shall block. Shadow Spear. Am I pathing my own dude here? I kind of don't want to path them. We could call for Florahedron here. That's another option. We can go for Cigar the Sade. We can go for Knight of Autumn. That would blow up the Cigar the Sade. The thing is, my opponent's missing land drops, right? So I don't really want to just path this core outfitter, which is completely irrelevant. I think I'm just gonna take it. I don't care about them gaining life. That's whatever. I don't care about the 1/1 either. And I'm just gonna call for a Knight of Autumn. Any untapped land? Never lucky. Never lucky. So I guess I'll have to just pass the turn here, unfortunately. We have to get Flagstones going. Missing our land drop. not helping. Sacred Foundry. There's no way they have Magus or something like that. There's just no way. I guess we can just path Magus, so it's not that big of a deal. It's just weird for them to have Magus. Silence. Such a strange card for them to bring in this matchup. They have Basic Mountain? Alright, so my opponent, it's not playing normal version of this deck. Technically, I could just lose here, so I'm just not gonna mess around. Silence resolves, whatever. Let's get Plains, and let's get another Flagstones. I think I'm gonna blow up the Cigar the Sade here. Holding on to this, I'm gonna see if my opponent wants to use a Path to Exile on this Reclaimer. That's what they were representing. That's why they tapped their mana kind of awkwardly there. Stoneforge is okay. So their hand is double Colossus Hammer. Nothing else that I know of. Full art Lurrus though. Yeah, that one sucks, but so we're gonna get this, and we're just gonna get a Valakut here, which is gonna force my opponent to oh wow. Okay. So they're just gonna kill me here? Double Colossus Hammer. That is 10. No, they can't kill me. That's 20. 21, 22. 22. We can block 5. That's 17. And then we can use Vesuva to copy Radiant Fountain. So we're still fine. We just have to double block. And we do lose if they have another one, another Colossus Hammer. Very weird Cyberling from my opponent. Super, super weird Cyberling. Double Silence. It's 22. So we have to activate Reclaimer. Sack. I guess I don't want to sack the double green because I have to cast this Titan next turn. It is very weird. So I guess I have to find like a Path to Exile or I guess I have to find Path to Exile or Apparition, so I can kill the Stoneforge. Close, very close. We tighten 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We tighten. We can't kill them. We don't have enough to Blast Zone. If we didn't have to go for one, that's what I was thinking. Just like using Blast Zone to clear up. Like we just play Dryad and we clear their board with Blast Zone. But unfortunately, this doesn't quite work. We can play Titan. We get 8 zombies plus 2. Double Dryad. Yeah, we just cannot beat this guy. Now where there's no combination. Yeah, we can make, wait, 12 power? Let me think. Actually, we might. So we get double field. Oh, we don't trigger. Never mind. I miscounted. We have more mana, but that's right. These are the same name, so it doesn't matter. My bad. I guess my plays didn't make sense. Okay. It's gonna submit the same thing. I wonder if we should be playing Mind Sensor for like Stoneforge and the other thing. Okay. So we Florahedron on 2. That was kind of a 6 silence, actually. Very good play from my opponent. Cast Florahedron. Pass the turn. Cigar the Sade. No blocks. Another giver. We just need a vote on this. Cigar the Sade, I think. No, that one. No, that one. This one. Next turn we can Titan if our Florahedron doesn't die. So they will need second Cigar the Sade to do powerful stuff. Stoneforge is fine. There's the Hammer. Steel Shaper's Gift. Don't tell me that we're just gonna get comboed out again, because with my opponent naturally drawing I guess that this is only saving me 2 points of damage regardless, so let's just do this now. This doesn't trigger. This doesn't trigger. What's his name though? This doesn't trigger field. It's still probably worth doing. So we're just gonna get. We're definitely getting Valakut. And Blast Zone? Actually, let's get Field of the Dead here. So my opponent can have like another second Sigarda save, which by the way, that's just so lucky. them drawing 2 Sigarda save off the top 14 cards would just be so lucky, which is my problem with this deck. Like if you don't draw the one of your 4 Sigarda say, like your deck just literally does not function. It just doesn't do anything at all. Another number is cool. So I think we're just gonna serve first, because if my opponent has a path, that's going to. They don't have a path. Interesting. So let's do field plus It's actually very interesting. So we can call plus activate castle, which means that I can call plus Dryad and Springbloom Druid. My goal here is to not die to the Sinkmoth Nexus, basically. So I think that the play is to Sanctuary Ghost Quarter. Getting some field tokens. We bounce Sanctuary. Oh, they're going for this? Okay. So we call. If we try it. Play Dryad. Play this. This is when we're going to see whether my opponent has the Path to Exile or not. Okay, that probably means that they don't. No, that definitely means that they don't. Now we're good. Because now with both givers dead, the Ink Moth just doesn't do anything. Nice. All right, we got a 4-on-1 with this. Got a couple of QBs for trouble. But yeah, I mean, this, honestly, I was playing this list before, and I don't know. I don't know if it's because this is the way that I like to build the deck, but I'm not sure that this is like strictly better or anything. But this list just made more sense to me, and it also played. It's obviously a very small sample size, but I think that I'm a little bit closer to liking this for this weekend showcase. So for sure I'm going to be streaming this or at least something similar to this list in tomorrow's streams. So thank you for checking out the stream. Hope that you checked out the bonus 5th round. But yeah, thank you for checking out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye and take care.